You're live.
Hello, everybody. I think we're live. I'm pretty sure we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot with Lisa McFadden from the Spirit Lounge. And so today we're going to do a live. We're going to go through all the zodiac signs for everybody for the new moon in Aquarius. This is the new moon to plant those seeds for the age of Aquarius, for community efforts moving forward. So I'm really excited. If you haven't already, check out the description box when you get a chance. There is a website link. I'm running another online tarot class, and there's also an option to join the channel on the membership side. But without further ado, I would like Lisa to introduce herself and share a little bit about her with all of you beautiful people out there.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you. Hi, I'm Lisa from Spirit Lounge. Spirit Lounge is um, well, it's the home of spiritual growth, I guess. I like to help people to find their strengths and use that in the world. And how do I do that? I do it through tarot. Do it through crystal singing bowls, meditation, synergy, which is acupressure and energy work. I do numerology and learning astrology, which I'm fascinated about, and very grateful to have Laura in my life who understands astrology so deeply. So thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure, Lisa. So I've known Lisa since the beginning of my Kundalini activation.
Yeah.
Lisa, I went to the Spirit Lounge to get trained with access bars. Lisa's
Oh,
also
that's
an
right.
access bar practitioner. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's been years. I know Lisa was like the first spiritual person I really connected with way
Wow.
back in 2019. And so look at where we've come after all these years. So I'm really glad you've decided to join me on this live.
Yeah,
So
I'm
we're going to
excited.
start off. I'm going to start off by I've shuffled some cards here, guys, and we've got all the zodiacs here. It's going to be a surprise as to who's going to go first and who will be last. And I thought we'd just switch it up to make it a little bit fun. I'm
Okay.
going to pull an oracle message. Lisa's going to dig in with the tarot, and then when Lisa's done with the tarot, I'm going to jump in with the closing message from the Four Agreements deck, because I think we could all use just a really positive message right now in the darkness
Exactly.
of the new moon, right? So
Exactly.
let's see who's up first, Virgo. All right,
Virgo.
Virgo.
I love Virgos. I know you do too. Yeah,
I
I
do.
love
I'm a
Virgo.
Virgo moon. I'm a Virgo moon. So let's
I love Virgo. Okay, so this is really interesting because what's coming out right away for the Virgo is the 8 card and the Death card with the Queen of Wands, right? So leaning into your strengths to have that transformation to elevate into the highest aspect of Virgo. And they're the mayor. They're the one that are out socializing, connecting with people. Look at that card just flew out for you. So it's time. Recognize your strengths, embrace them so you can have that transformation to elevate into the highest aspect of Virgo, which is friendly, outgoing, fun loving, you know.
Yeah, like Virgo, you're learning a major karmic lesson here. I always connect, like, I always think of like divine feminine with the Virgo because it's the
Okay.
virgin, right? It's the
Yes,
virgin
yes.
energy. So
Yeah,
I just feel you're learning the law of attraction. You're learning to find your authentic voice. I feel removing throat chakra blockages and turning any painful lessons into growth. A big message for you, Virgo, is don't take anything personally. Ignore the opinions of others. Opinions are like buttholes, right? Everybody's got one. It doesn't mean what's coming out is worth it, right? So whatever people do, whatever they feel, think, or say, don't take it personally. We all got our own stuff going on.
that's right.
We all have our own beliefs. We all have our own belief systems, and we all awaken to the truth when divine timing says it's time. So have patience with yourself and know
Hmm.
that not everything is about you. What people are going through, it's about them.
Exactly. Virgo
Yeah.
likes to be right, so
So
just
I
trust
know
yourself.
I do. I'm always right. I'm always
Yes,
correct.
it's
No,
so much easier to be right all the time.
I know. I know. All right, we're gonna do Gemini next. So
All
Gemini
right.
twins,
Those
Gemini.
are those are beautiful cards.
They are.
Okay. Wow. This is really interesting. So, I'm just kind of drawn to pull a few cards, but Queen of Swords, the Sun, and the Devil coming out together, right? So the
Oh,
different the different aspects of Gemini, right? The twin. I guess I would say that whatever you're charging into, because I feel like there's change for Gemini, they're going through some big changes, either a move or a new job, some form of deep change. Again, I would pay attention to the details and be optimistic about whatever the change is that's coming.
It's funny you pulled the devil card because there is a need for protection here. Boundaries. Boundaries. So right, like the devil is anything that's not healthy. And so take that how it resonates for your own journey, but boundaries, emotional, physical, energetic. This is
Yeah,
about self-empowerment, right? Because nobody can have control over you when you are in control of your own emotions and your own foundation. So how can you surrender, Gemini, to let go of the past? Look at there's two birds, kind of like the twins on the freaking card too.
yes, that's funny.
So it's like whatever life takes away from you, I think it's a lesson of learning to let go, right? When we surrender and let
Yeah,
go of the past, then we can be alive in the fully moment. So
yeah.
in fully alive in the moment. Oh my God. But when we let go of the past, it just means we can enjoy the now, right? The past is over. We can't change it. It is what it is. It's about taking ownership and doing better each day. And you also got find your authentic voice too. So this is a big message about authenticity. That's Aquarian energy. Outside of the box, embrace your uniqueness, Gemini.
Exactly. Don't look in the rearview mirror, look through the windshield. I think
Hello,
that
spiritual
no.
empath. Hello.
Hi. Happy new moon to you too.
All right.
Okay.
What do we got next? Oh, Scorpio. You're up next, Scorpio.
All right, here we go for the Scorpio kids. Oh boy, this is interesting. Okay, so Scorpio, it's talking about kind of retreating or drawing within, looking inside. What do I need? What do I want? How do I attain um, a life that is filled with ease, with peace? And what's interesting is because we were just talking about this before the live, the High Priestess is coming out right in the middle of the reading, and it's really asking you to trust those nudges that you're receiving. The voice that we hear or the information that we receive can come in through really loud and clear, but it can also come in through really subtly. So pay attention to it all. If you can turn inwards and ask yourself, the tough questions and be honest with yourself, there's time for you to kind of bring back your youthful energy or your childlike energy, right? The fun, right? Let's stop looking in the dark, Scorpio. Let's have some fun.
I feel it's like forgiveness below imparting wisdom here. I feel there's a lot of ancestral presence around the Scorpio collective, and I feel you're being guided to really listen to the connection to your guides and your crossed over loved ones right now. Like really go within because you're on the precipice of like a brand new life, and I'm getting like chills head to toe saying this, Scorpio. So no matter what is going on, this is like really leaning into being yourself, your honest self-expression too.
Yeah,
Scorpio is fixed water too, right? And so the depth to is just unbeknownst to anything else, right? So feel the way you feel. Let others judge you however they want to judge you and let that go, right? I feel sometimes we all make assumptions too, and that's human to make assumptions. But I feel live the life you want to live. Um, I just feel don't be afraid to be yourself around others and maybe a release of like victimization or blame too. And maybe that's part of the wisdom that you're imparting, right?
yeah,
Forgiveness of self too, because I know Scorpios come here with a really tough mission. You come into people's lives to transform them. And it's like Scorpio is always the one on their own, I find, going through the death energy is how it seems,
hmm,
because you are the one to initiate change in everybody else. So I think listen to the messages from the ancestors. You are a gifted healer, Scorpio.
yeah. That's beautiful. Just by the way, I've been talking to my grandmother a lot. So,
Oh, massive chills again, Lisa. Massive chills.
yeah, Scorpio
Yeah.
really, part of our mission is to like awaken the demons in other people. And guess
Yeah.
what? Guess where it lands? Right back at us.
Well, hey, I had a Scorpio initiate my Kundalini. I know all about awakening to energy.
Oh, too funny. All right. Who's
Oh yeah, I guess
next?
you better pick the next card, eh? Leo. Leo's up next.
I love
Leo,
Leo. Leo's the big lover, the
the
lover of the
lioness.
zodiac. I love Leo. Okay, Leo. What do you Leo's going through a rough time, I feel like. I feel like there's weight with Leo for some reason. They're feeling really down, feeling really low, overwhelmed with multiple things going on in their life. It's interesting because they, if you can live up to the biggest evolution of Leo, it's bright, it's beautiful, it's love, it's empathy, it's warm, it's gift. But I feel like they're feeling the opposite of that for some reason in this moment, and they're almost like they're playing chess. They're not sure which way to go, not sure what to say, trying to kind of judge how to find their foundation again, or lift back up into their exalted self. But I feel like if you can turn in and look to yourself, what do, again, same as Scorpio, what do you need? What do you want? What are you trying to birth into this life, into this moment?
Yeah, I can see the Leo collective is going through like a major transformation. With
Yes.
all of this Aquarian energy and opposite to Leo, it is a battle, right, between self and community right now. And so I feel dark night of the soul energy for Leo collective a little bit as everything is kind of shedding. A lot of things are shedding. I do feel a lot of spiritual energy though. So intuition, lean
Mhm.
into your intuition, Leo, and find your authentic voice because it does feel like a big void, which is the energy of birthing something new. You got to go into the void,
Yes.
seeds get planted in the jar. So what
Mhm.
I want to say is bloom where you're planted, right? And just work through it. Try to stay in the present moment. This is about a heart awakening, I feel, for Leo. Awakening to a higher heart energy. And I just feel crowning, right? You're going through like a crowning. Oh, I grabbed two. So everyone lives in their own dream. Maybe it's time to start, manifesting your own dream too. But I
Yes.
just feel like it's the energy of like your spirit is going through a purification and you're going through like an activation or a
Mhm.
crowning. So allow yourself to become the most beautiful product that you can be living through the heart, Leo. Because I'm a Leo North Node, so I know all about the South Node comfort zone. Wanting to just hide away and
Yep.
not shine
Retreat.
that light. And so shine
Yes.
the light because I do feel that's being brought to your attention, being in the present moment and understanding that we can all manifest our dreams.
It must be challenging for Leo because they're so loving and so giving with their love to be going through the dark night of the soul, because it's the opposite of their energy.
Yes,
I
yes.
feel
Well,
for
I
you,
feel
Leo.
for you. I
Yeah.
feel for you, Leo. All
Yeah.
right, Libra, the scales,
All
Libra.
right. Here we go. What's Libra got to say? Okay. Oh boy. Okay. So, wow, this is really interesting because it's talking about independence, right? Self-reliance, single focus. Like, even though Leo or Libra has difficulty making a decision, it's like when the decision is made, they're driving full force, full speed ahead. I feel like there is family changes with Libra, and there is this. They're kind of setting their goals for, here we are in the Aquarius season and moving into the age of Aquarius. It's like they're setting themselves up for success in all aspects of their life. But it does talk about independence, so don't forget, Libra, you can ask for help, or you can lean into others to move towards that goal with you.
It's funny because one of the cards is don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. I feel Libra's on the precipice of a breakthrough too, because we're all kind of feeling the Libra South Node energy. And so
Mhm.
there's like a major transition and integration between we and me and finding the balance, right? Libra is all about finding, like, wanting to see the best in everything, indecision. And I think you might be finding it hard to choose yourself. So I think there's a breakthrough, and you don't have to overdo it. You don't have to overgive to get back and return what you're putting out there. So I feel, you put in a lot of hard work on the journey and you're going to start to see the payoff. So keep nourishing yourself like that Empress would, right? That's what the
Yes.
Empress does.
Yeah.
Self-care and nourishing your life in all of these healthy ways. And know that your truth is personal to you, Libra.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Okay, Libra, you're good. Aries is up next. Aries,
Okay,
that's
Aries.
the polarity there.
All right, Aries. Let's see. Aries, chasing the dream, chasing the dream. It's interesting because Aries, they have this leader mentality. And it's like, you know what, just follow along with me and it will all be good. But I feel like they want to put the reins down for a few minutes. They want to take a back seat instead of doing all the driving. It's talking about looking for this energy of peace, of being calm, of smooth sailing, right? Kind of letting someone else make some of the decisions. Oh, they want to step back a little bit. It does talk a little bit about, when you're chasing your dream, you don't necessarily have to, be full force and drive. You can dream about having a dream and then allow it to come come through. So just chill out a little bit,
Yeah, I
Aries.
do feel there's either going to be like a self-realization moment or like a catalyst, and it could be doesn't have to be a giant catalyst. It could be just somebody crossing your path
Hmm.
that's going to shine a light and redirect you. That's going to help you peel back a layer to see something in a new light. And I think you're learning to ask for what it is that you want too, right? Aries
Yeah.
2 is self, and I'm going to do it myself. I don't need any help. And it's okay to ask for what you want. It's
Hmm.
okay to find the courage to let others help you. Whether they tell you yes or no, that's up to them. That's not in your control. But if you never ask, the answer is always going to be no. And
Exactly.
that's pretty much it, right? So you have the right to tell people yes or no. So I think there's definitely a roadblock to overcome here. But I feel this is part of your awakening process because you're kind of learning to purge things as you go
Yeah.
through like a redirection. I feel a major redirection here.
Ooh, exciting. I wonder what's up for Aries. What's the new direction?
Capricorn, you're up next.
All right. Capricorn, the father of the zodiac. Let's see what father has to say. Oh boy. Oh, I wonder if there's health issues with Capricorn. Okay, so it's talking about kind of cutting your losses, I feel like. Recognizing if I want to mm, create change in the world, sometimes you have to let things that are too heavy, you got to put it down and walk away. It's too much weight for the mind, it's too much weight. So pick and choose where you're spending your energy. Don't like, uh, don't stand down, but don't stand up to everyone and everything. Sometimes it's just too big. Pick and choose where you're going to put your energy. And I do see love coming for Capricorn.
I see. Well, I got the reconciliation card. So that's kind of like
Oh,
judgment. So this could be
okay.
like a reunion with a past life soulmate that you've not met this life.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I feel
Somebody
this is
else.
like a pivot point to really live life consciously, right? If you think of the
Okay.
Capricorn energy, we've just closed out Pluto in Capricorn. And so
Yeah.
major shift from earth to air. And it is about realizing life just doesn't have to happen to us. Although
Hmm.
when we're not living consciously, it does. And so I feel taking charge of your life, making choices for the better. And that might bring in a reunion with a past life soulmate. And then we
Yeah.
got this card of become the white magician. So I feel in the
Mm.
past, maybe you deceived yourself of what it is that you're capable of. Or
Hmm.
maybe you felt like somebody put a spell on you. Or maybe in the past you dealt with people that would pull the wool over your eyes. But it's like your intuition's on point and you can see through people's bullshit is kind of what I see going on here, Capricorn. So I just feel there's also somebody you need to release for the next chapter. And that could be person, place, or thing. It doesn't have to be a
That's
person, but
right.
something needs to be released for the
Yes.
next chapter. And I think your higher self already knows. So lean into that intuition, Capricorn.
Yeah. Trust it. It's there for you.
All right. Taurus. Yay, Taurus is up
Yay.
next.
Ida is a Taurus too. So here we go. Let's see what
Oh,
Taurus has
welcome
to
in,
say.
Ida.
All right. So Taurus, the opposing sign to Scorpio. Oh boy. Wow, this is interesting. So, Taurus, you've had a lot of heartache. You've had a lot of heartache. And, it's interesting because this is talking about the healing of all of that pain, whether it's coming from family or past relationship, jobs, intrusions from others in your life. And as you are moving into the Queen of Cups, you are pulling in people to help you to elevate. And how do you elevate? Well, you lean into your strengths. So here you are teaching, not just the tarot course, but Laura is, I mean, she's very generous with her sharing of information and her experience. So here you are teaching not just to the masses, but you're also teaching to us, right? Some of the healers that are curious about your knowledge. So you're moving out of this heartbreak and this heartache and pain and moving into the Queen of Cups energy. Good for you, Taurus.
And my cards absolutely go right in alignment with that. So Taurus, we get the energy cords and the chakra balancing. So I just feel this overwhelming energy flowing through you. And I feel it's just love. It's like the energy, the Kundalini's on point, it's flowing. You've done a lot of work when it comes to maximizing the flow of energy. So you might be going through one last release of these unwanted memories, old attachments, just this massive release and renewal. I'm cold again, head to toe. So release the need to be right too. I know Taurus can be pretty bullheaded and I like to be right. But I am right. I'm always right. No, I'm just but no. But we don't need to have to assume everything. We don't always have to be right. When we always have this need to be right, it destroys a lot of relationships, right? So there's a need to kind of compromise to Taurus, at the same time refusing to eat poison. So this is like the Queen of Cups, filling your own.
Right.
Don't take things personally, because when you do that, you're a prey for people to siphon your energy. When you easily react, then you're easily manipulated, Taurus. So remember that, okay? I
Yeah.
just feel like when people try to hook you with their opinion, don't let them feed you that poison, because you've learned the lesson. You've cleared a lot of pain. And so now it's time to just keep rising. Refocus those energies when somebody tries to come at you.
Exactly. There's a lot of freedom in giving up the need to be right. A lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
freedom.
Yeah. Well, I can give up the need and just know I am in the background.
Exactly.
I'm
There
very
you go.
stubborn like that. Pisces, you're up next.
Pisces. Okay. Hi, Michelle. We did
Hello.
Leo already. Sorry, Michelle. We've already done Leo, but
Yes,
you
you
can go
did.
back and listen.
I'll go
Okay.
back and timestamp, ladies. I will go back and timestamp after we're done.
Pisces, another water sign. Here we go. Okay. Oh, Pisces, you're going through some stuff. So it's talking about kind of sadness in the home or sadness at the door, right? So, and it's also talking about legal matters. So I'm wondering if there is some issues with the law or with things that are out of balance. And there's a lot of sadness at the door. I don't know if they're missing someone or if there's depression lingering, but oh, the focus has to change from sadness to brightness. So, again, Pisces, you carry a lot of strength. You are the ocean. You embody all of the emotion. So lean into something that feels more comfortable and more natural. At your nature, you love to help. Be cautious about where you're spending your time, your energy, and helping, because it's not always reciprocated, and then you are left there with that resentment and that heavy feeling. But I feel like Pisces is going through it. Something's up with Pisces, and they need to pull out their optimism and their brightness.
I feel like psychic abilities coming back online, maybe for the first time for some Pisces. And when that happens, it is overwhelming, especially if
They
you don't know
don't
how to
know.
ground. Pisces can float around in the etheric like for days and days. I'm a Pisces rising, and if my kids don't ground me, I'm just off in a whole other reality
Dreaming.
90% of my time. Yeah, and living in fantasy land, right?
Yeah.
So I do feel maybe it is also though time to find your voice, because on the bottom of the deck here, it's speaking about releasing the power of your word, which is your voice. This card is all about embracing your freedom. And so Spells are like our words are spells. And so, how are you speaking to yourself? I feel there might be like a bombarding of sacred sight, sacred sensing, clairaudiency gifts.
Yeah.
And so, if this is happening, it's probably overwhelming, first off. You need to learn how to disconnect to, as a psychic healer, when we connect to other energies, Pisces absorbs everything.
Everything.
You don't even know what's yours, what's theirs. Like every time I go shopping, I come home and I'm overwhelmed and I'm triggered and I'm lashing out. And I'm like, hey, wait, this isn't mine. Come back down to earth, clear the cords. But I feel you're in need of like a rejuvenating timeout, is what it feels like for my Pisces. So, and fear, there's fear, I think, with embracing freedom. So Pisces too can become easily enmeshed in relationships and codependent because you don't know where it begins and where it ends, right? Because of the vastness of the water. So I just feel a huge release of fear and learning to just be happy and in your power, and trusting that this gift that's coming back online is coming directly from God. So work with the energies.
Yeah, and what you don't want to absorb, right? Like when you say you go out in public, return to source, return to source, return to source.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I always pray too before I go into stores. I was like, please, please protect me,
So
right? Or
that,
like a bubble, or it's all intention though too. If you know how to put that armor up and still shine that light, it's practice. It's
well,
taken me.
that's just it, right? Your armor is your light. And so by
Yeah,
making the wish or creating that prayer, having that intention, you're expanding your aura. And when
yeah.
you expand your aura, you are emitting instead of absorbing. So it's a great advice for
Yeah,
everybody.
it's like a shift in the conscious thought process of it, right?
Yes.
So Sagittarius is up next. I love my Sagittariuses. I got two Sag girls. So let's see what comes through for Sagittarius.
I love Sag. I love Sag, the truth teller. You don't
Yeah,
ever have to worry about being lied to by a Sag, that's for sure.
no. And don't ever lie to a Sag either, or you're done for.
Yeah. Ooh, looking for love. Sag, are you looking for love? In all the road. So it's talking about, this is interesting because the sun is coming out. And if you think about the energy of Sag, they're very, very light. They love bigly, and they want to expand. They want people to shine their light, and they definitely want to shine their light into the world. It's talking about trying to make a love connection or deepening a love connection, and it's also talking about memories from the past. So, but the memories are kind of uh, overwhelming. They're not necessarily happy memories. So, again, looking through the windshield, not the rear view mirror, right? What is happening now doesn't reflect the past relationship.
There's a lot of healing light around you, and there is this shedding going on with Sagittarius too. So transformation. You've probably been in the throes of this, Sagittarius. I'm gonna say back since like the Gemini North Node, probably like 3-4 years ago, there
Mm,
was a massive activation for Sagittarius Collective. So I also feel you're shining the light and showing others what they need to shed, because I feel you're really stepping into living consciously, and there
mhm.
is an unconditional loving connection coming forward for sure.
Ooh,
But you
nice.
also need to learn to promote this unconditional love to yourself. And then you will draw this in like a magnet. So watch self criticism, because that's also a reflection of what you need to heal still to call this in. So, and we got the everyone lives in their own dream card again. So I just feel it's time to manifest this into your reality. And it's time to take action on the ideas you're receiving. So it's like in a blink of an eye, is what I feel. You get
Yeah.
this light bulb moment, and it's just like it's time to take action. It's like it's just going to be like instant rewards, is kind of what I feel. And you are ruled by Jupiter, right? Sagittarius is ruled by
Mm,
Jupiter.
big,
So,
big, bold energy. Yeah.
yeah.
Go, Sag, go.
Okay. Aquarius.
Okay. And here we are in your season,
Yeah.
Aquarius.
Happy birthday, Aquarius. Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
All right. Quirky Aquarius, the air sign that really is a water sign, but it's not.
The water bearer. Yeah.
Okay. Woo. Okay, so Aquarius, looks like you're making just some decisions, and these are practical decisions around practical things: work, money, home, and I want to tell you, Aquarius, to kind of get out of your head and get into the clouds, like daydream. Be use your imagination, make your wishes, and don't be so logical about it. Be a little bit airy fairy, kind of pull in some Pisces energy and be a little bit daydreamy, and use that energy to help you to make the decision about the change that you're wanting to create. But you can't always just trust in your mind when you're making decisions. You have to drop down into your heart or lift up into your imagination. Daydream about what you want.
So I've got a huge recognition of cutting cords too for Aquarius going
Mm,
on here.
okay.
And major Aquarius placements, all I gotta say, like the next 20 years, for any major Aquarius placements, you're gonna have at some point Pluto conjunct a major planet in your chart,
Mhm.
right? And so like for me right now, I've got all of this like Aquarian stellium in my 12th house. It's like I'm going through it, right? What you see on my dailies and everything, no idea what goes on behind the scenes here. There's a lot of transmutation going on. But Aquarian, like Lisa said, is the water bearer. You are the bearer of light, the bearer of
Mhm.
information. And
Yeah.
we're going into the age of Aquarius. The next 20 years is all about mission work. So how can you bring all of this wisdom forward into the collective? And here comes the chills again.
Mm.
And maybe also learn to ask questions. The swan energy, swans mate for life. So this is like a lifetime practice, a lifetime mission. I feel you're stepping into Aquarius, and say goodbye to sadness and drama. So it is like you made a wish. I feel
Yeah.
maybe come summer, it might not come to full fruition until summertime, but all the sadness and drama that you lived in your life, I feel has taught you some very valuable lessons.
Mhm.
And maybe it was rooted in an old mindset that you're shifting, but I feel you've really considered a lot over the last few years, and it's really time to start asking questions. Stop making assumptions.
Yeah.
And I just feel this energy of everybody will eventually know the truth. So just keep shining that light, Aquarius, because the truth always comes to light.
Exactly. And go ahead and talk, Aquarius. You don't have to be
Yeah.
quiet.
I know it was so hard for me to come out of that Aquarius South node because I'm so used to just being in the background. Right?
Oh
And so
man.
to be in the spotlight, believe it or not, I'm very introverted. So I really don't like being in the spotlight. Well, look at we're gonna close off today's live with Cancer.
Cancer.
Cancer, last but not least, the mother of the zodiac.
That's right. Okay, Cancer. Oh, Cancer. It's I feel a little bit sadness around Cancer. I mean, they are kind of moody. They kind of float in and out of the moods, but there's some sadness. I feel like there's something missing, and I think it has to do with a relationship. Wanting or desiring a life partner, and that's not really manifested. So I feel this loneliness with the Cancer energy. I would say this, Cancer, you really have to learn to love and accept all of who you are. Every emotion needs unconditional love, every aspect of you, and recognize how nurturing you are, how giving you are. Um, Lighten your load a little bit. Be a little bit softer. I feel like there's some rigidity. It's almost like I know I'm not going to meet anybody, and that's it. So let that loosen a little bit, Cancer, and let somebody come in and love you.
Yeah, Cancer likes to have that exterior, that shell, right? They like to kind of go into the shell. I always feel hermit energy with Cancer too. What I want to say to Cancer is the signs. Signs are everywhere. The signs have been bombarding you. You're likely going through an awakening, which would trigger the sadness, right? And all this
Hmm.
heightened awareness of, like, oh my God, I've not really been living my life to the fullest, is what it feels like. And I think maybe you've recently cut a lot of people out of your lives, which is also
Hmm.
creating a deep sense of like grieving below the surface. But I feel it's time to reignite your passions. Maybe it's a shift in work, but I feel there is something that is sparking some type of curiosity to search for deeper meaning here. So I feel you're seeking your truth. It's almost like the Akashic records. are kind of being.
Wow.
And so your truth is personal to you, right? We're all shown our own personal Akashic truth,
Mm-hmm.
and what's true for you is not true for me. But this is, I feel, a big lesson in loving and respecting yourself, right? The mother. If we think of this year as the healing of the divine feminine, how perfect that Cancer would be, the last energy,
Yeah.
healing the great divine mother, right? And so eventually we're all here to move through the heart. But there is a lot of things we got to break away from and walk away from first, and we got to go into the depths of the loneliness as part of this awakening. But I feel you're wakening up to your true identity, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel when that happens, a lot of things go. So just keep
Yes.
following the signs, Cancer, because you're going through a major process of evolution. So just trust that your purpose is going to be shown to you.
Exactly. And love is in the air, Cancer. Hang
Oh,
in
it's
there.
almost Valentine's Day. Of course, it's in the air. I love it. I love it.
Ah,
So
yeah.
this was so much fun, Lisa. I really enjoyed having you on the live. I would love all of you to head over to Lisa's channel after and subscribe if you feel guided to. I will post a link. Um, I'll see if I can get it in the chats. If not, I'll post it on my community tab, and I will share Lisa's YouTube
Thank you.
channel on my
Thank
community
you.
tab.
That's great. Thanks so much for inviting me in today.
It's been fun. I would love to do this again
Yeah,
sometime.
for sure.
Happy new moon, Lisa.
Happy new
Have a
moon,
great
everybody.
weekend, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.